Thanks a lot, Tony. Scott Hudson, Mike, today here in a jam-packed worldwide arena. A battle of second-generation competitors in WCW, Mike, as Steve Armstrong makes his way to the ring.
Scott, when you think back to professional wrestling in the 1960s and the 1970s, Bullet Bob Armstrong, the father of Steve Armstrong, was certainly a big name in our sport.
Oh, yeah.
The opposition this week on Worldwide for Steve Armstrong is to be provided by a youngster who is returning to World Championship Wrestling, and likewise, a second-generation wrestler, as you mentioned, his father as well. A very, very big name in our sport in the decade of the 1960s as a wrestler, on into the 70s as a wrestler as well, and then in the 70s and 80s as a promoter. And we're talking about Cowboy Bill Watts. This is his son, Erik Watts, and he's back in WCW.
What a contest this should be. I got to tell you, growing up in the peach state of Georgia, as Gordon Sola used to say, I remember the legendary confrontations between Bullet Bob Armstrong and the big Cowboy Bill Watts. This is going to be a treat here. Steve Armstrong and Erik Watts on Worldwide.
And there's no question that both of these wrestlers are trying to impress people in the WCW Executive Committee. For the most part, we've seen Steve Armstrong as a tag team wrestler with his brother Scott. Erik Watts is now back and trying to make a name for himself in WCW and trying to put himself right in the mix of so many of the title pictures in World Championship Wrestling.
Erik Watts, of course, was a terrific quarterback.
University of Louisville, right?
At the University of Louisville, where his tight end was Chad Fortune, now a member of the WCW pit crew for WCW Motorsports.
It's amazing the way it all comes around, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Erik Watts, a big guy. Got to be about 6'5", maybe 250, 260.
What's it been? Probably 5 years since he was a part of World Championship Wrestling. I think realistically it's been the better part of a year and a half since I've seen Erik Watts wrestle anywhere.
Maybe a little bit of ring rust on Erik, but Steve Armstrong, face first suplex on Erik Watts.
Front suplex, dropped him down, hooks the leg, barely gets a 1 count. I do understand that from talking with Erik Watts, he's been spending countless hours at the WCW power plant in suburban Atlanta, Georgia, doing everything to try and get himself back into condition, back at 100%. Sunset flip.
Nicely executed, gets him over, and Erik Watts with the 2 count on Steve Armstrong, but Steve with a left hand, out of nowhere, on Erik, shoots him into the rope. Back elbow from Steve Armstrong. Watch now, 6'5", back to a vertical base. Armstrong shoots him in, back elbow, but got in a face jam right in the center of the ring.
Doubled him over with the elbow. Here comes the cover, hooks the leg, gets another 2 count.
Now a version of the surfboard on Erik Watts, compliments of Steve Armstrong.
Erik Watts, I'm sure, is going to try and get to his feet, use his superior height and size to just muscle his way out of the surfboard attempt.
Nice reversal. Surfboard Steve Armstrong rolls him up. Got the 2 count on Steve. Look at that. Clothesline from Steve Armstrong literally knocked Erik Watts for a loop in there.
Turned the 6'5" Watts inside out with the lariat. It's a methodical attack now by Armstrong out of the corner. Whips him across diagonally. Here he comes.
Steve Armstrong missed the corner clothesline. Erik Watts out of the way. Sets Armstrong up. Gut wrench. He could go anywhere from this position. Sets him up. The power bomb into the top turnbuckle.
The whiplash effect as the back of the head of Steve Armstrong came crashing down across the top turnbuckle out of the power bomb. Now he ducks the clothesline.
And he blocks the hip toss. Look at that.
It's a variation of the choke slam or the Uranagi suplex that time. The way the camera angle was positioned, I'm not exactly sure, but he took him down.
Here we go again. No!
Face first that time.
Set him up for the Uranagi and took him face first, and Erik Watts gets the pin on Worldwide. What a return for Erik.
He surprised Steve Armstrong. I think Armstrong figured that he was headed the opposite direction. Watts drove him face first to the mat, and it was an easy 3 count.
Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll drop the mirror ball for the Disco Inferno.